Going on to you Virgos out here. So you Virgos have the Nine of Swords, the Knight of Wands, and then you have the World for you Virgos. So there's some form of, like I said, there's some form of you Virgos moving forward, but kind of being a little bit afraid or maybe precautious that you're slipping backwards. Someone could be coming back in because whenever it is that I get the Nine of Swords with this tarot deck, the Six of Cups usually appears. So maybe someone could be contacting you from, from nowhere, meaning that a person that you haven't spoken to in a pretty good amount of time, maybe even a considerable amount of time, could even be from a couple of months all the way up to a couple of years, right? And so, okay, cool. And so, because of it, right, you just want to move forward from this person. The World, protecting yourself, right? You don't trust this person, obviously, anymore. You don't want to talk to them. You don't want anything to do with them whatsoever. And, you know, oh yeah, you don't want anything to do with them whatsoever. And because of it, you just want this to pretty much just blow over, right? For this person to not even come through. The Ten of Pentacles and the Page of Cups, because for you, you have a lot going on for yourselves as Virgos. There's a lot to look forward to. But the Page of Cups represents how that you don't have to have this person in your life. You don't have to allow this person to be in your life. All it is that you need to do ultimately is all you need to do ultimately, that's my cat down there, is pretty much leave them alone, right? You ain't gotta say anything to them. You ain't gotta talk to them. You ain't gotta do any of that type of stuff. You ain't got to do any of that type of stuff. So as a result, you Virgos, again, maybe just, you Virgos just need to remember your own power, that you don't have to allow these people in your life if they're contacting you again. The Ten of Pentacles, if life is going well, again, you ain't have to let them back in. You don't even have to, like, psychologically or mentally let them back in, because like I said, there's a sense of, oh my gosh, is this person coming back? Or this worry of something coming back, right? Some sort of, thought of what if a person or people in general comes back and reaches back out and all of that, right? And the Page of Cups represents just relax. Again, your life is how you control it. Your life is how you control it. So then you have the Four of Pentacles and the Ace of Swords. You're not looking to get into an argument and get into dysfunctional arguments and stuff like this with other people. You're not, and you shouldn't. The Four of Pentacles, like I said, you're taking care of yourself. You're going to be wherever it is that you at, right? Wherever you are, you're going to be there, basically. The Ace of Swords, there's a sense of not, like I said, not arguing with anyone. If they want to argue and try to get on your nerves, there's a sense of you Virgos cutting off or letting go of all the people that bring you stress. So if anyone brings you stress, including an ex or a person that you could have had something with romantically, you'll just stay away from them. The Five of Pentacles represents, because this person, this ex may come back, or this person may come back that you could have had something with. Because, not everybody are exes, right? Sometimes you could just be like talking to a person, and then before they even get to that point where they could be an ex, you just cut them off, right? Sometimes we have those. But this person is offering you something. offering you love, potentially offering you money, offering you both of those things. And you Virgos are just like, nah, you're not doing that. Or this is a situation where you Virgos thinking about it like you try to offer them your entire lifestyle, but not as from the perspective of like paying for love, more so from the perspective that definitely not from the perspective of paying for love. It's in the perspective of, okay, you with me, so because a person is with you, Virgos, obviously you're willing to share resources, and you care about this person, you like this person, you want to see them do well. So of course they're gonna share with you, because I don't know what kind of functional healthy relationship is going to exist where the person is like, nah, all your stuff is all yours and all my stuff is all mine. You know what I'm saying? You can ask me for it. You can ask me for things, right? Every now and again. But even if you ask me, I'm never gonna say yes. It's like I don't see relationships actually happening like that. Not healthy ones. I don't. Obviously, when you get with somebody, you share resources. So then you have the Three of Swords and the Seven of Swords. Oh, okay, I get it. Okay, so this does represent that. This represents you tried, and how you don't want to try with this same old person again. The Three of Swords and the Seven of Swords. Because again, it's the sense of, you Virgos tried. You tried your best. You tried. Uh, you know, it's the, you know, a lot of people give us Virgos a difficult time, As without getting too deep into my own personal stuff, a lot of Virgos get bad rep though, and we be trying, especially the ones of us that really do try. We be because there's some messed up Virgos. I ain't even gonna lie, but we be trying, and they so caught up with the narrative. You know what I mean? The narrative of like, they got to give you a difficult time. You know, like I don't be getting anything that I be wanting in my relationships. I don't be getting that. I be wanting a full blown relationship. I don't get that. Whatever it is that I want, the person specifically will go hard to tell me that they're not going to give it to me. And it's like, but what I want though is a relationship though. That's what it is that I want, a relationship. But I have to state the things that I want, because so many people, they so caught up in this trying to be an enemy to me unnecessarily, right? That it's like Wishmaster, right? I have to be specific, because it's like, they'll now try to play dumb. Well, you didn't specifically say that you wanted this. So you have to be very specific about what it is that you want. It's like, wow, we playing the mental gymnastics now. So it's like, it's a lot of that, right? It's a lot of that for you too, right? It's a lot of the mental gymnastics for a lot of you Virgos too, right? You have to be specific about what you want. Otherwise, the person is always going to find a loophole. Like, for instance, you Virgos could be like, you want a loving fill in the blank. And the person will smother you, right? They'll constantly call you every day. And then you'll be like, yeah, I wanted a loving relationship, but you ain't got to call me every day. I'm not cheating. I'm good. And then the person will be like, oh, well, you have to be specific about what you. Well, I didn't know that. And it's like, every time you want something that's healthy, they have to make it dysfunctional intentionally. Like, so let's clarify the Seven of Swords. You have the King of Cups, the Knight of Swords, the Chariot, the Tower, and then the High Priestess. So once again, the King of Cups, the Knight of Swords, the Chariot. I just think that a lot of people will come to you, Virgos, as of right now, moving forward, and they're gonna reach out, right? And you Virgos are gonna be like, but why? Because personally, right, I think that us Virgos, our power is honestly in indifference. And what I mean by that is we try so hard when we're young, you know, especially the Virgos, the ones of us that are responsible. We try so hard when we're young, where it's like, you know, we want that relationship, and people literally tried everything that they could to see that we want it and to keep it away from us. So if you ask me, our power is in our indifference as Virgos, to where we look at it like, if a person comes to us, right, we're like, okay, well, why are you here, right? Like, are you just entering into my life just so that you could waste my time on some you're too good for my time, yet you're here type stuff? That kind of confusion. Like, why are you here? Are you gonna hang out with me only to say that you're too good for me, even though you spent time hanging out with me, but you're supposed to be too good? See, you gotta understand, like, people, like, this is what I mean when I say time, right? This is why it is that I kind of lose a little bit of respect for people who talk that time stuff, right? They talk about how valuable their time is, right? People who legitimately have responsibilities and they're accountable for showing up in certain places and performing and handling their business, right? They're not going to talk about how much time it is, how valuable their time is, and act like how on point they are. But at the same time, right, talk about how valuable they are, right? But at the same time, do frivolous things that ruin their time, right? They're not going to do those two things, because those two things are opposed to one another. It's either your time is valuable and you don't want to waste it, or you waste your time. You know, like even when it comes to people who value their time, even recreational time is valuable, meaning that the time that they spent playing golf or video games, that is strategic. They are decompressing and enjoying themselves and mixing and getting a complete life in moderation. Work, play, right? Responsibilities, freedom, right? So to proclaim that somebody is a waste of your time, but yet you hanging out with that person, that's odd. Anyway, you have the Tower and the High Priestess, right? And once again, you know, the indifference is your superpower, because the Tower is, like I said, you're going to have some people gravitating towards you, Virgos. But it's like, okay, but for what though? Right? Like, if they're not coming in and, you know, they think that, you know, it's a waste of time to hang out with you, their time is so precious, then their time needs to be so precious. Don't hang out with you then, if you are a waste of time. And the thing is that they are going to have to come up with a legitimate reason or justifiable cause that makes sense, and they're not going to be able to. You're just gonna understand that, yeah, they like you a lot, they interested, but they're too dysfunctional to actually be with you. So, in the state of you asking them questions, or in the state of your indifference, the truth is going to be there. So that's pretty much it for now. Comment on the video, like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, share the video. I'm trying to get the YouTube channel to over 100K subscribers. My cat's showing me love. But so yeah, that's pretty much it. I want more of you Virgos to come through. Appreciate you. Peace. Have a good one, y'all.